Hello, everybody. My name is Kayla. I am the lead investigator of the St. Louis Paranormal Investigation Crew. This is Kiko, and that guy is.
Zach. Go leave. I'm sorry, you took me back to the good old days. Whenever I went by that guy Zach.
Oh, I think that is how we used to introduce ourselves, isn't it?
Yeah, back before our good old paranormal investigation days when we did gaming videos. Wow. How much we've changed.
Anyway, today we are going to be talking about our last two paranormal investigations and then what is coming up. So, let's get started. Let's start off with the February private investigation. Zachary, take us away.
All right, so there was this couple who had a couple of children. Um, and they seemed to be really worried about where they were living at over in his. Holy crap, my phone gave me a heart attack.
You can't even get through one conversation about ghosts without jumping, and yet you're not scared anymore.
Okay, well, this couple had a couple of children, and they seemed to be really worried about what was going on in the house. Um, it was over in historic Belleville area. I'm not gonna give out locations, but
They don't live
uh,
there anymore, but still, we don't want to, ruin
yeah,
any potential renters or stuff like that.
yeah, and it was a nice little home, and
So, the interesting thing about it is they renovated the entire place
mhm,
themselves, and they did a really good job. It was really beautiful.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the place was nice. It was just I was thinking of the landlord, but
Oh yeah, they did tell us stuff about the landlord. Landlord seems scummy, um, but I mean that seems to be the run of a mill nowadays.
hmm.
But um,
Anyways, paranormal.
yeah,
They told us that their children have been pushed down the steps, and that weird stuff just seems to happen, that sometimes they hear footsteps going up and down the steps. They lived on like the main floor and their kids lived upstairs and they had a basement. And they said the main activity came from upstairs in their daughter's room. Or like I think they had the twins' room or something.
yeah. I think
Well,
they had, if I'm remembering correctly,
three
two
bedroom
sets.
upstairs.
Yeah, it was one bedroom downstairs, three bedroom upstairs, and I think they had two sets of twins. Is one or two? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was two sets. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a couple of months, and we haven't talked to them since. I hope they're doing well.
Yeah, I
If I'm
hope they're doing well
watching this.
too. Yeah, I know.
Um,
So originally, it was the brother who is a part of our group. Actually, I see he's active from time to time. Um, he reached out to me and was like, "Hey, my sister is renting this place out, and we think it's haunted, and it's pretty spooky." Um, and so I was like, okay, well, we can't investigate without the people who are living there, their consent. Um, and so I was like, well, get her in touch with us and we'll see if we can do anything to help. And that's kind of where it all started from there. Zachary, your video is gone. Oh, there you go. You're back.
yeah, I know.
So,
Unplugged them thing.
okay. So, let's talk about some of the stuff. Okay, so I think this is one of the things where we're talking about expectation versus what actually happened. Um, so expectations going into the place were really low. I mean, they had told us, that the kids had been pushed down the stairs, and it's we give everybody the grain of salt, but at the same time, our motto is to investigate skeptically. So in our heads we're like, well, is there a chance they fell down the steps themselves? Another thing they had spoken about was their TV, and we're like, well, is it a chance that their TV blew out because of an electrical issue?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of stuff going through our minds. And they were also, one thing I do remember is they were terrified. And I think that's why we went out there originally.
Yeah, well, they were just so scared that they ended up moving, and they kind of just wanted us to come out in the middle of moving, which honestly, bravo to them, because I just moved recently, and I'm gonna be honest, I would not have had anybody come over. I
Yeah.
was so tired, and I guarantee they were probably just as tired as me. And they're in college too, so they're
Yeah.
raising family, college, working, plus having us come over.
And we
Oh,
were there until like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, too. So I can't imagine like moving and then going back to this place that you're terrified of.
you know what? Bravo to them though. And they were chill people.
They
They
were
were
very chill, very
the,
nice
the
people.
nicest people ever. Out of nowhere.
And this was our first time doing a private home investigation. Like, we've done several investigations, but we've never done like a home investigation for anyone before. So we were like kind of scared too. We are like, what if we're being set up? What if we're gonna die tonight?
Yeah, like what happened if they just straight up chainsaw massacre us?
But then when we pulled into the driveway, and we're like, oh no, they're normal people. We're
Yeah,
okay.
I remember texting. I think I was texting her, and I was like, "Could you meet us outside?"
Yeah, well, we also didn't know if we were at the right place when we first pulled up. Um, it's that's how it always
And,
is. We
but
didn't want to
as
just
soon
pull up
as
to
we
someone.
saw them, it was like, whew,
They are not serial killers.
yeah.
We are okay. so, so we went inside, and I gotta say, first impressions of the place, I was like, this place is not haunted. That was my first impression of the place.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what mine was. It was whenever I walked in, I was just like, "There's just kind of a normal home. I don't feel nothing."
And
Until
we kind of explain to people too, now that we've done a few home investigations, that when you go through enough buildings, you kind of get like a sixth sense, and you just kind of know if it's haunted or not.
and we don't believe in like empaths, so we're not gonna go into a room, and I don't feel emotionally connected to something. I'm not gonna. I've never had that. I'm not saying it's not real. I just am saying I don't believe in that. But you know when you feel like you're being watched.
Yeah, that's the
And
thing. You feel like you're being watched. So we were
it's like
downstairs. Yeah,
goosebumps.
it's oh my gosh. So let's continue because this is
Okay,
where the story starts to
so
get crazy.
she was her they were married, right? Were they married
Yeah,
or
I think
just okay?
so. It's been a
Well,
while. We've met a lot of people since then.
well, we'll just say that they were married. Her and her husband um were showing us around and just kind of talking about like this is kind of what happens here and what the hell. Okay, sorry about that. Something popped up. Um, and they were just kind of taking us, showing us the place. I think they started with the main floor, then I think they took us to the basement, which we didn't
Yeah.
do much investigating down there,
Well, it was
just
really
because it was
crowded.
old. It
Yeah.
was old and
It was very
small.
tiny. Yeah. Like I'm 5'2", and my head was almost hitting the
Yeah,
top.
and I'm 5'6", and I had to walk
He
down
was
there,
like an
kind
old
of.
man down.
Yeah, I was like, well, I feel tall.
And then there was Wes just boom, boom, boom.
Well, Wes doesn't know what ducking is, so he's just like, ooh. Guys, who put that building there?
Oh my god. So we come back up, and they're telling us about the place and like the things they're feeling and witnessing and what they know the history of the place.
And like the people that used to live there and how they were a little abusive to their children, or I think
Yeah.
it was foster children.
Yeah, and they're, typical. They were asking questions about paranormal and if that could have anything to do with it, And I remember at that point I was like, it seems like they're afraid, but I still don't feel anything. It seems like a normal house, and then we go upstairs.
Hmm. And I think they take us to no, because I walked in there. That's what it was. So there was a room on the left, a room right like in the middle of the rooms, and then a
Hmm.
room on the right over here where there was like a little like walkway.
Yeah.
And that was all right next to the steps, and it was like open concept so you could like look down the steps,
Hmm.
and it was all wooden. Trying to give like a little idea. If you watch the video, I think you can kind of see what we're talking about because it's on our
It's on our YouTube page, yeah.
St. Louis Paranormal Investigation Crew YouTube. Um, I
Self
don't even
advert.
know. I don't even know if that's the YouTube channel's name.
No,
I
that
think it
is. It
is.
is
Oh, okay.
STL Paranormal Crew, if you're going to add it.
All right. Anyways, I walked in the middle room by myself when I think Kayla and Wes were still talking to them. I was just kind of exploring the place on my
I
own.
was right behind you, but yeah,
Yeah,
they were
yeah,
kind of talking and Zachary was exploring.
yeah. Because I was just trying to see what the house looked like, trying to get the vibe of the place, and walking into that room was a complete different
I
house.
can still, like, feel the
Feel the
emotion.
goosebumps.
Yeah, because I was right behind you, and I think we had the same reaction at the
Yeah, I
same
mean,
time.
if you look at my arm, I guess you can't really see it on camera,
No.
but just
Yeah.
the
Just
feeling
even
that
talking about it, it was like,
it was really intense.
I think that was probably one of the. I mean, we've investigated a possessed doll, and I think that house was probably the most intense house we've ever investigated.
I wouldn't go that far. House, yes. Building, no.
No, house. That's why I specifically
Okay,
said house.
okay.
Um,
Um, well, I will say Mary the Doll was pretty. Once
yeah,
she
but
was active, she was active.
yeah, and she did scratch Wes too at that one point, but
Maybe their house had an intense feeling behind
yeah,
it.
it was like Mary the Doll, she's malicious, but I don't feel like she was really out to harm us. Where this, like, it just felt like not only were we
It
being
wanted us
watched,
to leave.
it wanted us gone. It did not want us there, and it would cause us harm to stay. And I remember at the time I was like, okay, well, we got to keep the clients calm. We got to get through this investigation, but
I I I do remember it saying that it wanted us out
yeah, at one
when
point,
we asked it over the spirit box.
yeah, it
So
was.
what? Eventually, after we feel like there's enough proof, and like if we think that there's a spirit in there, we're not going to just pull the spirit box out like some investigators do and be like, "Let's talk to the
Mhm.
radio." But if we feel like, "Hey, this room has something behind it, let's communicate."
Mm.
I feel like the spirit box is pretty good when it comes to intelligent
I
responses.
think, if I remember correctly, we instantly started in that room where we felt like we were being watched. Like, that's where we started the investigation. That's where we ended the investigation.
Yeah,
Um,
just because that room was like really intense.
yeah, and I remember we weren't in that room for what, 10 minutes? You dropped the flashlight, and we were all kind of laughing about how you scared us by dropping the flashlight, and then instantly, like that, the cat ball that was in the closet goes off. And that all, like, it took us from ha 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 to whole. And it felt really serious, really heavy in the room.
Yeah, that was kind of scary, but I don't know. I don't want to talk too much about it because we do have a full video on our YouTube.
Yeah, we're just giving the highlights about it and what we thought. And I think
It,
we decided that the house was definitely haunted, and
but mainly just that bedroom.
yeah, it was mainly. I don't know what happened in that bedroom. We couldn't find any history really on the house aside from what we were told by ear, but something definitely is attached to that bedroom, and it is a I don't ever like people leaving because they're being haunted. But I think they made the correct call moving. It sucks that they put all that money in
Mm-hmm.
and that
Well,
happened.
I don't know. Maybe privately we can always message them and get an update, see if they were able to get money back, or
Yeah.
just to see how they're doing. Because it's been
February is
almost
when we went.
6 months. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's been over 5 months. So it's been about half a year. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll get an update on them, and that will be our private thing. But anyways,
Let's move on to
I
the. Oh, do you have something else to say?
I don't really want to talk about the second
I feel
investigation.
like we should just gloss over it, but we don't have to
Um,
talk about it.
okay, this is what I'll have to say about it. We went there. It lasted about an hour and a half. There wasn't really anything paranormal in our opinion. We don't think the place is too haunted. I hope whatever has happened to those people, everything's going fine and great.
Hmm.
But in our opinion, it wasn't haunted. And that's where I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah, we, you know, I feel like, especially from the investigation in February, our expectations were a little bit higher. But at the same
Hmm.
time, talking back and forth, just as like, we had spoken to her and was like, well, there's things that happen in a home that don't have to be paranormal. And it just seemed like she couldn't wrap that around her head that it doesn't have to be paranormal to make a noise. You
Yeah,
know?
we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
I feel like that's as much as we should talk about that one.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about our upcoming schedule because we actually have a lot going on this year, more than what we
Oh,
put in our video.
hold on.
Okay.
I commented on that video, and probably not a lot of people have seen it because I think it's only got to 9 views on our Facebook. And I only commented on the Facebook because that's where I'm probably most active, even though I'm supposed to run the TikTok, which I do poorly. Anyways, anyways, ooh, baby, was I right? I said, let me pull that up. Let me pull that up. You continue talking while I do this.
So I'll run down the dates of everything just because I think people are going to watch our podcast more than they're going to see that video, especially
Hmm.
because it's going to go on YouTube as well. So we're doing Mineral Springs August 18th, Chinese Mansion September 2nd, Mary the Doll September 23rd, Castle House is going to be October 7th. We're doing an investigation here at my house and then a cemetery investigation, but we haven't determined a date for those yet.
Those are to be determined.
Yeah.
But the video I think shows one, two, three, four investigations that we're doing.
Yeah.
We actually are doing closer to probably possibly 7 to 9.
Yeah. There's always a possibility that
Actually, for sure 7
it.
because we got another one confirmed today.
Yes, we did confirm another one
Oh,
today.
I
We'll talk
do
about that one
it.
last. We'll save that one
Yeah.
for last. Um.
Anyways, hold on. I found what I commented.
Okay.
So you said, here's our schedule,
Mhm.
right? And then the video, cute little video. I said, I'm so excited. I can't wait. And plus, there might even be more. You never know what St. Louis Paranormal Investigation crew might throw at you. Ooh, baby, and yet we did. I didn't get us one, not two, but 3 to 4 more investigations. This is the biggest year for St. Louis Paranormal Investigation crew. since we started. And we started in, what, 2021? Yeah, yeah,
Doing
yeah.
our private stuff in 21, yeah.
We started doing paranormal
In
investigations then.
2020, 2019, 2020. But yeah, 21 I think is when we actually started doing our own private stuff and when we actually established.
No, we didn't start doing paranormal investigations till after quarantine.
Yeah,
So
2021.
yeah, that's when we first met up with Jason
No,
and
that
all
was
that.
2020.
Mm-mm.
Because we had to wear masks the first time around.
No, we did not. That was September 2021 was when we first started.
Was it?
It's technically 3 years, 2021, 2020, 2023. That's how we're doing it.
Uh huh.
So we've technically been doing it for about 3 years. Last year was when we officially became St. Louis Paranormal Investigation Crew, and it hasn't even been a year yet, Kayla.
Yeah.
We
I guess it's
August.
because we
It
weren't.
feels longer.
Well, we weren't officially doing it, but we were still posting videos. It
Yeah,
was
we had your
just.
old YouTube channel.
Yeah, well, it's not old. I still
Well,
use
you
it,
still use it.
but
Your
not for
other
paranormal
channel.
stuff. Yeah, that's my weeb channel. Um, so let's talk about this date. So August 18th, we're doing Mineral Springs. Do you know anything about Mineral Springs?
I know that it's a Mineral Springs in Alton, Illinois.
Yes. So Mineral Springs is in Alton, Illinois. Now, what I have found about the place is there's a lot of misconceptions about it, a lot of legends, a lot of stories, not a lot based in fact. That doesn't mean that the place isn't haunted. It just means that the stories that are shared about the place are false. But what we do know is that back in the 1900s, early 1900s, they were going to make what is now Mineral Springs an ice factory. However, as they were digging up and doing construction, they found an underground spring. And so they
Wait,
just.
is it usable?
Back in the day, it was the biggest pool in Illinois, and they used it as a spa. They said it was something that could cure everything. It was a cure-all, this spring was.
I want to go.
We are going!
But I want to go in that
Well,
curable
it's no
spring.
longer in operation, but you
And
can
many
still
people
go in the
got cured.
you can still go in the pool. There's just no water in there
Well,
anymore.
how am I supposed to get cured?
You're not. You're
My
not.
back hurts.
But um so it was a spring and it was in operation. I can't remember exactly. I think they said it reached its peak around 1920, 1925. I'm not entirely sure. Don't quote me on that.
That's a
But
century ago.
yeah, it was a long time ago. And I don't remember exactly when it fell out of operation. Um,
Has
but
there been any deaths there?
Well, see, that's the hard part about finding the place because there's a lot of people. It used to be an inn, so I'm sure people died there. But it doesn't seem like people can get their story straight on exactly when people died or how people died. And there's a lot of more myth than there seems to be fact about the place. And then, of course, there's been mediums and psychics and stuff that's come in over the past century, and they claim even further false stuff that people just think is true, and then we get stuck with all these legends and stories that aren't necessarily fact. So
Well, we'll figure it out.
yeah, so I'm not sure. I'm sure they'll give us more of a history when we get there, but from what I've heard, it's pretty haunted, despite all the myths. The experiences people have there are genuine. So, expectations. What do you think, Zach?
Low, 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 low.
Low. I usually like to go in a little bit more optimistic than Zachary does. Zachary's expectations are next to nothing. And here's the thing about paranormal activity and ghost hunting. You can go in one day and it's active as all hell. Then you go in the next time and nothing happens. So it doesn't, even if we go in, I wouldn't necessarily say if nothing happens that it's not haunted. I'll just say that we had a bad experience. Now, if we continue to go in and nothing really happens, then I'm going to start questioning it. But for now, I have average expectations of the place. I'm expecting a little bit of activity, but not a lot of activity. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, well, my thing is I kind of stick to our motto, be skeptical of everything. Um, just especially the places we haven't been to.
Yeah, this will be the first time going here. I will
Um,
say the manager I spoke to, her name was Laura. She was very nice, very pleasant. So I have a good feeling about the place.
that doesn't mean I'm not excited though. I'm always
Yeah.
excited for an investigation.
Well, I mean, it's always just fun to explore an abandoned building as it is, and like wonder like the history about the place, and like just think about all the people who have been in and out of there. That's to me that's what makes the paranormal investigating the fun part.
I
Is
uh I got an idea. Maybe we'll edit this part out, but maybe I can call the people at Merrimack Springs and see if maybe we can explore their place.
yeah,
You remember going up there with grandma and grandpa when we were younger, right?
yeah.
The cave, the graveyard, they have the old buildings there where people used to live at. Maybe I'll call and see if they would be willing to work out a price for us to go and do an investigation there during later hours.
Yeah, I mean, it never hurts to just ask. We get some. Well, I say that, but Zachary's literally been screamed at before when inquiring about haunted places.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, people have like they've done paranormal investigations there before. Like that, I was looking up. This is last year when we
Yeah.
were starting the St. Louis Paranormal Investigation crew, and I was trying to get because I'm usually the person that finds the places. I let Kayla know about it. Then we ask Wes because Wes is in the know, but he doesn't like to do a lot of like this type of
The
stuff.
groundwork. When we actually get to the places, that's where Wes shines.
Yeah, he. Whenever people ask me what does Wes do, I kind of go comedic relief, and that's not me being insulting. It's because even for people that are really terrified of doing paranormal investigations, like me when I first started, even though I was not so much believing in ghosts, it's still kind of scary.
Yeah. You're walking
um,
around an abandoned building in the dark. How could it not be a little nerve wracking?
but then there's Wes, and that dude he's nonstop jokes. Sometimes it's a little too much. It's like this place ain't even scary no more.
You done made fun of everything. How can you be scared?
Okay. Anyways, what were we on about?
um, you were talking about Merrimack Springs.
Yeah, but I'm talking about after.
Okay.
Before that, I guess because I interrupted with that, just because it came to my
Well, I think
ADHD.
yeah, no, that's fine. I think we kind of exhausted everything about Mineral Springs. So let's just move on. So September 2nd, we're going back to Cheney's.
Woo, Cheney's Mansion, a party at my place.
I think it's let's talk about what we had as expectations for last year. So I think I was the one that found Cheney's.
Mm-hmm, you were.
Yeah, and I was like, there's this place. It's like 30 minutes from where I live. Because we are the St. Louis Paranormal Investigation crew. We all when we established, we all lived in St. Louis. We have since
Girl does not. She lives in Illinois.
yeah, we've all since kind of gone our separate ways.
Truth be told, none of us are in St. Louis no more.
Yeah,
We're all around St. Louis
yeah,
though.
yeah.
So we're within 30, less than 30 minutes for some of us, a little more than 30
I am
minutes for others.
25 minutes from downtown St.
Okay,
Louis.
then we're all less than 30 minutes away. I'm a little bit closer to St. Louis still, but we all kind of little little pricey here. We a little broke.
Yeah, you want to live in the good spots of St. Louis, and you have to cough up some money. Otherwise, you're going to be living in the bad spots of St. Louis, and you do not want to live there.
Oh, everything. No judgment to people that do live there.
No,
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
yeah, but I mean, we did what we gotta do.
we
We decided not to live in those areas. So, anyway, Cheney's Mansion last year. I booked it. It was actually one of the cheapest places to do a private investigation at, which I was really surprised. $300, and that's you 6-7 hours of investigation time.
Yeah, and the thing about last year, and the reason why we have so much more investigations this year, let's just be for real. We're all working different jobs. Every single year we have done an investigation, we have switched jobs. I was thinking about that at work since I have a lot of I work by myself where I work at, and I get a little bit more thinking time because I don't have somebody around me. And I was thinking, every year we've done paranormal investigations, we've had all three of us have had a different job every time. And this year, yeah, no, it's still we all work in different jobs.
I think we've all gotten new jobs for the better. See, we all making
Well,
more
yeah.
money. Nick is the only one who hasn't changed careers. He's just gotten raises.
Yeah, I mean, my fiance recently engaged. Thank you. Um, my fiance, she's still at the same place. But they're just the side characters.
Yeah, they're side characters.
Me and Kayla will be at every investigation, pretty much.
Wes too.
Oh yeah, Wes, and he switched a job as well. He's all 3 years.
We have to make more money to buy more investigations.
Well, I've been through 4 different jobs since I've started doing paranormal investigations. One was because I had a very bad boss. The second one was because I had a very bad boss. The third one, I wasn't getting as much money, not enough hours to be able to afford my little expensive hobby. My multiple hobbies. And the job I'm currently at, I'm actually probably the most happy I've ever been. Surprisingly, it's a job I actually love doing, which is really weird, considering, like, obviously I'd rather not work.
You know what I think about Zachary?
I'm lazy. Huh.
My day job, I go and I welcome babies and take pictures of them. Their first ever pictures and their first 24 hours of life.
Little potatoes.
And then, at nighttime, I investigate the dead. Like, literally just the complete 180 I do and what I do. From taking care of the most precious little things at the beginning of their lives to talking to the dead.
Well, here soon they're going to be little betas, so...
Ow.
Right now it's Generation Alpha. Soon it ain't gonna be little beta.
Alright.
Just have beef with babies.
So, yeah, what they ever do?
I'm gonna have to wait till that generation's over before I'm able to have kids. Because I ain't having a kid within the next, I think it starts 2025, maybe? Yeah, 2025, I think. I can have kids by then. I'm a baby still myself. As you've had both your kids by the time my age.
Yeah, I was done.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So, last year expectations of Cheney's. What'd you think?
Last year's expectations. I think I was a little excited for it.
I think I was definitely excited for it. We were coming off the high of the Mary investigation, too.
But I think I got a little bit more disappointed going out of it.
How come?
I think I was expecting more. and I got disappointed because we didn't get. And it's not like we didn't get anything. Like we had Dorothy communicate with us. We talked to Petey, and and that's a lot.
You're
Like
missing the
honestly,
humming.
oh yeah, that too,
You
and
were
that's
the
a
only one that
lot.
heard that.
I know that's a lot for an investigation. That
Yeah.
really is.
Well, we had
But
cat balls go off too.
I think once
Oh,
or
you're
twice.
forgetting the no, the little boy in the safe. I think we can forget about that all the time because we did it at the very beginning of the
Yeah.
investigation.
We didn't even get to see it because we were watching the cameras on the screen. Anyways, I think it's because we just came from that Mary investigation where it was bah, 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 bah,
Mm-hmm.
bah, and I'm hoping that's the same this year. I'm gonna be a little disappointed if it's not because my girl Mary, she knows how to party. um, I just I hope it goes well or better because they did say the more you come back.
Yeah, they did mention to us that repeats get more activity. That and it did kind of seem like when we were exploring the place that the spirits were like sitting out watching us and like
Yeah,
communicating by the doorway. Except for the
they never
kids.
wanted to enter the room with us.
Yeah, except for the kids.
But
I think the kids were the difference.
I'm tempted to buy some whiskey and bring it with
Yeah,
us.
I was thinking about that too. That was the other thing. We forget about this one too because it happened a while ago. It's almost a year now. And on top of that, this is something that you can't get on camera because it's a physical experience. And that
Mhm.
was when me and you entered Petey's drunk room. Um,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Me, you, and Abby all felt it.
we
It
all
was
felt like we were drunk. Like it
it
was
was
bad.
the instant dizziness. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna throw some shade at my fiance. You want to know what she told me?
What?
She don't think ghosts are real. Girl, you know investigations with us. You communicated with them. How dare I was offended. I was offended. Like I understand we go in with like
Well,
go in with
I think that keeps us
skepticism.
more real too, because we have two skeptics on our team, Abby and Nick.
Your husband. I hope Wes doesn't find someone. Oh, I do. But you know
Well, to
what? If he
balance the
finds
team out,
someone,
he's got to get a skeptic.
yeah, well, I'm gonna be real mad if he finds someone that believes hardly in ghosts.
Yeah,
Oh
that's not how
my
that works.
God.
You have to have a balance.
I'm not going to allow him to date someone that's super crazy about it though. If she comes in and she's like, I can see them, I'm gonna be like, all right, bro. All right. I mean, maybe sometimes, but the image that popped up in my head is the image I never want to like. All right, this isn't a PG thing. I imagined Wes. I'm gonna keep it a low PG
Yeah, we're still going to YouTube, okay?
in the room with his partner, right? And they're doing what partners do. And she just looks over and goes, Yo,
What's this
what's up? What's up? Yo, my boy Billy's in the corner. And Wes is just like,
gonna...
and but he would still continue because it's Wes.
Wes is gonna
He's
be
just like,
so
Billy, cover
offended.
your eyes.
He's gonna be so offended when he watches this video. So, my expectations of Cheney's, I actually, maybe it's because I did the production and the editing of all our videos, but I actually thought we caught quite a fair amount of evidence. I was very happy with it. Was it as crazy as the Mary investigation? No. But I still think that for an investigation on its own, we caught a lot of stuff, and that was my first time ever having like a real like physical thing happen to me where I literally felt drunk and was like falling over
That was,
drunk.
yeah, that was really weird.
And
Like,
then Wes, we have a video of this if you have not seen it. I asked Dorothy, we were speaking to Dorothy, and I asked her, I said, the person there's name is Wes. Can you say his name to him? And then, we were doing the Estes method at the time, so Wes couldn't hear us. And he says, yes. And I said, okay, say his name. And then I would say it was like not even 30 seconds later, he goes, oh, and he pulls out the headphones. And he goes, it just said my full name. And we flipped shit. We were like, what? No way.
I'm going in low to medium expectation. But I
Yeah.
am, the part that makes it a little bit more on the medium side to me is hopefully it wasn't just a sale tactic to make us spend an extra like $350.
Those
um,
300.
oh,
Yeah.
whatever. Anyways, screw
I
Ghostbusters
think.
USA.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah, you know what? I will happily talk about that since they blocked you. And they did me, and I still talk on their page. Anyways, Chini's Mansion. We recommend going, especially if you have a couple of friends. I think there's like a minimum of 5 people.
5 people, 8 is the max, but you can add 2 more for like $50 for each
Yeah.
person.
So if you have a friend group of 5 people or more and you guys want to go on a ghost hunt, you could split it pretty easily. I'll even do the math for you real quick.
Hold
Um,
on. Hey guys. All right.
all right. So if you have your 5 friends, whatever,
Yeah.
you have to pay before and the day of, I think, or you could pay it all before, but
They
I
send
don't
you
like.
a deposit for $150, and then
Yeah.
3 weeks before the investigation, they send you another deposit for $150. It's 300
Anyways,
altogether.
if you have 5 friends and you go, it's literally $60 a person,
Yeah, it's
and
it's not
that's
bad.
what it was for us last year. It's fairly cheap
Yeah.
for 6-7 hour
It's the price
investigation.
of a new video game, you know.
Yeah, and well, Ghost Hunts USA
Mhm.
investigate with real investigators, like
Well,
paranormal
yeah.
investigators.
By the
That's
way,
like
we do public investigations too. And
and if anybody's ever interested, even if it says
it's a crew
like
member only.
us only, yeah, even if it says crew member only, and you message us about it, there's a high chance we'll probably say sorry, but that doesn't mean not do it because there is a chance we might always need people.
We were actually looking for 1 or 2 more people to join the crew. But the thing is, why we like been hanging back on it is everybody in our team, because we all work our own jobs and we don't get money from this. Everybody pays their portion for
As you could
investigations.
tell, I'm the math guy. I have to help Kayla figure stuff out. Like the other day when she tried to charge Wes a little extra money because he's helping with the deposit. If you're watching this, you're welcome, fool. She was gonna make you spend an extra $56.
Okay, yeah, we know. I'm not good at math, okay? But anyway, the thing is, we'd have to interview you, of course, because we don't want somebody who so believes in ghosts that they'll believe anything they see or hear. We want somebody who's kind of like us, but
Skeptic believer.
yeah, a skeptic believer, yeah. But the hardest part and this is why we don't really do it, is because we don't want, because we're like, oh yeah, welcome to the team. By the way, you have to pay $50 for your portion. Because the team right now is everybody that we know and that we trust. We don't want it just some stranger to come aboard.
Like I'm sure you guys know, if especially if you've been watching for a little while, Kayla and I, siblings.
Mm-hmm.
If you look, especially at our most recent video, or if you follow our Facebook page, you see us all the time. You see our actual name.
Well, my last name is Sigmund.
Oh yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. But anyways, you see we talk to each other like, where you could tell by looking at us. Ugly. We even have similar tattoos and more to come. Yeah, Zelda stuff for sure.
Yeah, we both have Zelda tattoos.
We need a paranormal investigation tattoo.
I wanted
Real
to
bad.
do a ghost tarot one. I thought it would be cool.
I think I just want like a St. Louis paranormal investigation crew designed tattoo.
We're getting so off topic.
We're ADHD. How long is this video so far?
45 minutes.
Oh my god, we're barely into it.
Yeah, okay.
We'll have to edit some of it out.
Yeah. So, anyway, expectations for Chinese this year. I have good expectations for it.
And mine's medium.
Yeah, I think that we caught a lot of stuff last year. I'm excited to go back and revisit and retry some of the experiments that we did last year and see if we get different results or the same results. I don't know, but we'll see. So,
I look like a psycho if you're watching me. I'm just like looking at
what's over here?
Who are you?
So, let's talk about our September 23rd investigation.
Marry the doll.
Mary.
And I've been thinking about the title, and I don't remember last year's title.
For Mary?
Well, yeah.
I think it was just Mary the Doll.
Marry the Doll
Paranormal investigation of Mary the Doll.
Well, I saw you put playtime. Will there be more playtime with Mary?
Mm-hmm.
That's a banger title right there. We're gonna need to make it playtime with Mary. Hold on, playtime with Mary. What?
I think the reason I put that was because Mary, during the investigation last year, she asked us to play with her, and then Sherry, who's the owner of the doll,
My stepmama.
yeah, our
Oh,
stepmom,
stepmama.
there was an instance back when the electricity went out, and she clearly heard this little girl tell her to play with her. So that's where it comes from. So it's not mocking the doll. She literally Mary wants you to play with her. It is doing her justice saying that.
Yeah, and we need to name it Playtime with Mary. Revisit a reinvestigation or something, or
We'll
investigation part 2, something like that. Stay tuned, because all this is coming to you eventually.
So, Mary the Doll investigation expectations. What was it last year going in for you?
Oh, it was so low, like on the ground low.
Yeah,
I
agree.
literally went, and this is a practice investigation. I don't think anything's going to happen.
It was a practice investigation for Cheneys.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. We didn't expect anything, and not even literally. So first, the very start of the video was, all right, knock knock, proof that the cat ball doesn't go off by itself unless you touch it. And I've watched that video so many times because it's just like, I like to show that. Oh, I show that to people to show we're legit. Mm-hmm. We don't fake our stuff. Believe it or not, we show proof that we're not faking. And we walk away, not even 5 seconds later. We get to the door, like the doorway. It's not a door, but like it's like a doorway entrance of the living room to go into the kitchen with everyone else because we're about to start the investigation. We didn't even start yet, technically.
No. We were setting up.
Cat ball turned on. And it was like that the entire effing night, man.
It was so crazy. We thought the cat balls were defective. There's a whole segment in the first part.
Of us trying to debunk it.
Yeah, because we're like, there's no way. There's no way it's going off this much. This is defective. We wasted our money on this shit. That was what we were literally thinking. And then
it stopped.
Yep.
And then it wouldn't happen for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would happen again. And yes, we did debunk a little bit in the video.
Mm-hmm.
Like when the cat ball was on the table.
Yeah.
People coughing. That did make it go off.
I don't know. Did I put that in the... I don't remember if I did.
I don't know if you did. I don't think we did.
I cut a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Well, this is just proof. This is just proof that we don't fake our shit. Oh, excuse my language. just because I'm talking about how we thought it was paranormal, and then we realized somebody was just coughing, and the vibration was bouncing off the table, which
Yeah.
would make the
And
table
now
go.
we know for this year, too, that the cat ball's not going to go on the table. We'll have to find a
No,
different spot. I think the
maybe
best
just
part.
the floor.
Well, I think what I
Honestly,
was. Because we didn't really get a whole lot of time last year in the main living room. So I was thinking probably put her on the table in there because it's a lot sturdier of a table and do that investigation in
I
there this
would.
year.
Are you talking about the main living room, like
Yeah.
the one that Dad and Sherry usually are in, or are you talking
No,
about the entrance?
the entrance.
Okay, I still want to do it in
Because
the main living
if
room
you,
though.
yeah, that too. Well, that's where she's most active. But if you recall last year, when we went to go put her near the entrance, Wes was carrying her,
Mm-hmm.
and he got
Because
scratched.
I was a little scared to carry that. I've always had a weird feeling about
Me
Mary.
too. I don't know if it's because we are so close to Mary, that we know her, that it makes it that much worse.
That's like I could be in the same room with Mary.
Yeah,
I
same.
don't like touching Mary. It's just
Yeah,
she's a doll from the 1800s. I'm sure we explained it a little bit in the video.
yeah,
It's a grieving doll.
a mourning
Whenever a
doll.
child or mourning, same thing. Um, kind of. Uh, Whenever a child would die, they would cut their hair off and they would make a wig out of it and they would attach it to a
You know,
doll.
there's people who say the mourning dolls are myths and that that's not actually true. But I'm gonna tell you what, whether it's a myth or not, Mary is very real.
Well, anyways, it's real human hair at the very least.
Yeah,
From the 1800s at
it's
the very
very
least.
matted and very nasty now.
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad. It's like
It's like decaying. It's bad.
poor Mary.
She's gonna be bald here pretty soon.
I wonder if that
Technically,
will
she
be.
already is bald. You kind of have to sit her hair back on her head because it falls
Yeah,
off. Dad made
yeah.
me carry her out of
Well,
the
she's just
shed.
scary. She's just scary looking.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
another
yeah.
thing.
Last year, Dad made me carry her out of the shed because he didn't want to hold her, which
Dad's
I
just a
get
whole
it.
different.
But then,
Dad's just a
okay,
whole
get
thing.
this, get this. So I asked her for permission first before I picked her up. I said, "Are you okay, Mary? I'm gonna pick you up, okay?" And as I was going to pick her up, Dad said, "Yeah, she's such a stupid bitch." As I'm holding this very haunted doll. And I was like, I
uh,
told him, I said, please don't do that. Don't antagonize her. And then later on that night, Wes gets scratched. And I think it has to do with Dad and how he antagonized her.
well, don't worry. Dad's not going to be like that this year. I'm not even going to go into that. Goodness.
We'll just say we hope that there still is a Mary the Doll investigation on September
There's
25th.
going to be. I will throw a huge baby fit. I will be like I was when I was 13 years old when Bella would turn the Xbox off on me. I'm just trying to play Minecraft. Um,
So, October 7th. This is, I think, going to be the biggest one of the year.
yeah, this is our big event.
24-hour investigation.
24 whole hours, baby. I don't know how much it's going to cost.
It's $500 altogether. I already just
Okay.
put $100 down, so we got
Okay.
400. This is the Castle House in Brumley, Missouri. Do you know anything about the Castle House?
I think it was on a show called Ghost Files. And I think that's what the show's called at least, or Dead Files or something like that.
Oh, I did not know that. Well, that's a little concerning.
Yes,
Do you know
I
what Dead
figured that out.
Files is?
A fake show.
So, yeah. So basically, what happens in the show is there's a medium, and then they have a PI, a private investigator. The private investigator goes off on his own, and the medium, she walks through the house. And they don't, supposedly, they do not meet up until the end where they share their evidence. And at this point, she's already done the walkthrough and shared. And then he brings the history into it, and it, like, corroborates her as a medium. Um, I don't trust. I mean, I don't trust mushrooms. Um, One I definitely don't trust. I just really don't trust anybody who goes around saying they're psychic or a medium. It
I'm going there as it not being haunted, but the thing that gives me a little bit of hope is there is a graveyard outside.
Yep. Which we
It's
can
24,
investigate too.
it's a 24-hour investigation. So even if it's not haunted, I'll bring board games.
This place, it better be freaking haunted for the fact that we had to wait an entire year to even book the place.
My camera's falling.
Because we were going to go to Castle House last year.
I think it was
But
just too expensive for us
no,
last year.
it was full. I have the emails from last year because I inquired about it. I think it was in August or September of last year about doing a October investigation because we didn't have anything set up for October last year. Remember, our last one ended on the 22nd September, and then we went over and we hung out with Jason.
Yeah, we
Um,
did. I did two investigations,
I
Jason.
did
You
one.
did one.
Yeah, primarily because I love Jason, and I know this wasn't his fault. But when we went, there was like 50 people in Pine Lawn.
And this week I went without Kayla. It was Jason. I think it's his wife, girlfriend, something.
Yeah,
I'm not
something like
sure.
that.
His person. Me, Wes, Abby.
Yeah, and I. Yeah,
Should have
and
went.
well, I was sick that weekend, unless I would have
That's
gone.
true.
Yeah, so I think I got sick from the following weekend. um, but yeah, there was a lot of people in Pine Lawn. It's an old insane asylum for those of you who don't know, and it is pretty small for an insane asylum. It's one story, and it is. It's not meant for 50 people to be walking around in those hallways, and we were trying to do our own investigation, and we couldn't hear ourselves with an
Yeah,
investigation.
it was very loud. Towards later on in the night, it got better,
Hmm.
but
Yeah, but it still is like it was a little
but
disappointing.
but it's not like we're gonna go there and go. Yeah, no, we're gonna turn around now because
Yeah, exactly. Because
that,
we drove three
yeah,
hours
that's
to
a
see them.
3 hour drive there, 3 hours drive back. We don't get a hotel enough then to save a
Sometimes we
little bit of
do,
money.
but that's when
One,
we're personally invited out.
that was a one. We've been invited out personally a couple times,
Yeah.
but that was a one-time thing. We got a hotel,
Hmm.
and that's because Jason invited us to a private investigation, which I really hope we could do again. We should
Yeah.
talk,
Yeah.
and
Jason,
we
if you
should,
watch this, you know who we are. Contact us.
and also Jason, if you're watching this and you want to go to that 24-hour investigation, we have a spot for an extra
It's a
person.
maximum of 10 people, but the beds will be full. There's only two
Yeah,
queens and one full
bring a
size bed.
sleeping bag, or you could get a hotel down there or something. But if you want to stay and pay your way, come on, Jason, you're always invited. I'll text you. I'll let you know. Because I don't know if you'll watch this. But if you do, you're hearing it from me personally. But I'll text you.
But anyway, so my expectations, I think it'll be a really fun place to go and investigate. I do not know if we will get any. This is probably comes into the fact that we haven't investigated this place before, but my expectations are low on the paranormal front.
It was gonna be high till I mentioned the dead files.
Well, I hope
I
that
I'm hoping. I always hope for a good
yeah,
investigation.
obviously, I hope that it's we're paying $500 for this place. It better be haunted.
Yeah. Um,
But you
there's
know.
people on the walls.
But yeah, so afterwards, this one's to be determined. We haven't decided, But we're doing my house in a cemetery closer to Halloween. Now, I'm going to be straightforward here. I know my house is haunted, but it's me and the ghost are pretty damn chill with one another. And I hardly ever get anything. So the biggest things that it likes to do is it likes to play with my kids' toys, and it'll set them off constantly. But other than that,
You're just a child.
But see, my other thing is, so I live very close to my stepmom who owns Mary. So it would not shock me at all if Mary travels down here, messes with some stuff, and then goes home. Because that's personally what I think.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. But I'm also a very, very heavy skeptic.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a lot of things people say, I'll listen. Well, something I told somebody the other day because he was trying to lecture me. Not really lecture me, but I don't know how to say this without going into too much personal detail. He was trying to make me believe something that I don't believe in.
Mm-hmm.
And what I told him was, I am nice enough to listen. I'm too stubborn to believe what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I have further proof.
Yeah.
And that's a little different than the ghost stuff. That was more, you know what I mean, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Dad.
Yeah.
It wasn't Dad that said
Yeah.
this. It was actually a different person. But that statement there, I am nice enough to listen. I am too stubborn to believe, goes for ghost hunting too. I mean, some things you'll say to me, I might believe it. I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, you're a liar." I would never be like that. That would be ignorant. But if I go, that doesn't sound right, I might not say it to you, but I'll think it.
Like I said before, I'm completely open with doing investigation at my house. I'm just telling you, my expectations of actually catching anything is low. Although I will say, and I think this is on our Facebook group page, there was the one time I did catch the disembodied voice while the doll was going off. And I think I have that one on there.
Also, with us doing investigations and maybe trying to have it come out might help. Because
Yeah.
usually, if you're not doing an investigation, like at my apartment, it seemed to be pretty haunted. My new place here, I don't
Well,
think so,
I've
but
I've known this place was haunted from when I first moved in. I've told you this story before, but I'll say it on camera for everybody else. So we moved in last May, and while we were moving in, I was carrying a box. You can see this door behind me. I was carrying a box past this door, and all of a sudden, it just swings open. Now I thought that because we were moving, that the people who were moving, my friends, my husband, had come back and they were bringing stuff in through the garage. So I went, hey, 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 I'm here. I was kind of annoyed too because they whacked me with the door. But there was no answer. And so I opened the door the rest of the way and I looked out. Garage door was closed. The screen attached to that door was closed. There was nobody there. And I was like, oh, okay, well, leave it to me to pick the haunted
all right.
place. So anyway,
Real quick for a little interruption. Are we making new shirts?
I
Are we?
wanted to make a new shirt. I had an
Okay.
idea.
All right. Another question.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to force Weston to buying it since he actually makes better money now? Because that fool would never.
Look,
He still doesn't own the OG shirt, and it's out now. You can't get this no more. Well, you could, but
I could always send him the link, but yeah, I get what you
yeah.
mean.
But like, it's not going to. If we get a new shirt, it's going to be the 2023 shirt,
Uh-huh.
and we need to create that soon because it
Yeah,
takes
because
what, a week or
August.
two.
Yeah, it takes a week. I think 5-7 business days to get there. But yeah, I was going to do like a vertical STL paranormal crew. And then
I think the hoodie's fine. I don't think we need a
yeah, I
new
don't think
hoodie.
we need to change that. But yeah, no, I personally with Wes, bro, This isn't
Dude,
an intervention.
if you're watching this again and you're still watching it, bro, buy a damn shirt.
You are a co-founder of this organization, damn it.
And
Buy
you
a
don't even
shirt.
show it. You don't show it. You go there and don't get me
No,
wrong.
he steals my shirt or my hoodie and stains it.
And then this motherfucker will go in and he'll buy a new shirt for an investigation. Dude, $20. I don't know how much it actually is. It might be a little more than 20, but still,
It was $25.
it's less than okay. $25 less, and for anybody that wants to buy it, it's $30.
We do actually sell the shirts though, so if you guys want one, let us know and we will put it up for sale.
It just to get it shipped to you and everything, it would probably cost us more than what we're charging.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we're not gonna say $30 yet. We'll have to figure out prices. If anybody wants one, it would be just this.
Yeah, the back.
Only the front.
Yeah.
The back is where I don't know. Tell me if you can see it. Hold on. I'm in a very tight spot.
Yeah, I can see it. Crew member. Yeah, that's for us.
Yeah, that's for people that are actually a part of the group. But if you want
we
to
sell
be
hoodies
supportive,
too. It's the same design. It's just on a hoodie.
Yeah, but the hoodies are about $50.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're like $60.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
they're really nice quality.
Oh yeah, I mean I've had
They're
the
very
shirt
soft.
for over a year, or about a year, I guess, and I love it, and I want to get a hat.
I wore my shirt yesterday.
And you know what? If we do create a hat, it might even be cheaper.
Yeah, like
Who knows?
I don't know. I have to design it still.
Yeah,
He says this, but what he's not telling you is it's going to be me and him arguing over the phone for 5 hours over a stupid design.
Oh, if you looked at our text, you could tell we're siblings because, like, we get along so well in person and over call. Oh, but when we text each other, that's when it's an all-out fucking war.
All right, Zachary. Last
All
but
right.
not least, I'll let you share. November 18th.
November 18th, baby. The Arlington Hotel, or as what it's called nowadays, Arlington Event Center. We are kind of connected to the building a little bit, not super much.
I think I'm more connected than you are, but that's because I'm older than you.
Well, anyways, it's a hotel. I don't
Was a hotel.
Kind of. It kind of is still a little bit. It's complicated. I'm not so sure about what it is. I know it's an event center, so I know people do come and stay and stuff. But anyways, going on. Our great uncle, Richard, which is my grandma's brother, used to be the owner of the place. He ended up selling it about 8-9 years ago when the current owners took over. And he ended up passing away about maybe a year or two ago. It's hard to remember. It kind of all
I think
blends
he
in.
was the last one of Grandma's siblings to pass.
Yeah, and that's sad to bring in. But anyways,
It's the truth though, and it's important
it
for the
is.
story.
Yeah, he from what I could tell is he was pretty much an entrepreneur. He had a couple of businesses, and
Yeah, I think he ran
or at least
creams.
helped with businesses. I think he
Yeah.
helped with a hair cutting place that they used to
Yeah,
own.
they
and
used to run an ice cream shop back in the day too.
even before that, I think their dad or grandpa used to run a hair cutting place or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, it used to be owned by our family. Now it isn't. Which, from what I could tell, the woman who I spoke on the phone with, the owner, she sounds awesome. She seems like a very sweet person, and I'm sure she runs things great. But I've been wanting to go there since we started doing investigations. I just didn't know how to do it. Apparently, you just need to call. Do we?
I told you this. You just were scared because of that one lady who screamed at you.
Well, I mean, I also it deals with family stuff and
Yeah.
You know
See,
how our
my
family is
my
about
biggest fear about
investigations.
I know, and my biggest fear about Arlington too is because our uncle was so tied into that place. I'm a little worried that we
Oh,
may run into his spirit there.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. So
Maybe, maybe not. We can always ask, see, if we do, we're not going to say anything to our family.
yeah, that's what that it'll be completely. I mean, it'll be on YouTube, but they're not on
They're not going to watch.
YouTube.
Um, hopefully, I mean, Dad might watch, but if you watch it and there does end up being something, please understand this is what we believe. You
It's
don't
what
have
we
to.
do. I mean,
This. I know your beliefs are different, and we don't mean anything to offend anyone,
yeah.
but we are connected to that building. All of us are
Hmm.
because it was family owned.
Yeah. I think that's part of the reason they're letting us investigate it too, is because it was in our family for a very long time.
Well, I mean, she did say she has let some people come in and investigate, but
I just remember when I was younger, our uncle, he constantly spoke about that place being haunted. Like,
Dad told me yesterday. He's like, I get to stay there for free. Or back in the day.
yeah. Well, we used to go out there, I would say like once a month or so, and we'd help them with the hotel. That's why I remember that there's like a gravel road in front of it and stuff because I visibly remember. You were just a little baby though. Like, you were 1, 2 years old. You were very young.
From what Dad has said, is I don't know. Maybe the new owners changed it up a bit, but from the last time Dad went there, there's no TVs,
Hmm.
and there's the bed, but like there's the event stuff that you could do and
And I
stuff.
think they do weddings in there now. Is what it looked like.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it did look like they had TVs and stuff in there now. But
I did okay.
yeah.
Cool.
But the one thing that does disappoint me a little bit from what we found out today is that third floor is off limits, and our uncle used to say the third floor was the most haunted of the hotel.
Well, third floor's off limit because
It's where they live.
that's
I
where
know.
they live.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not. That's okay. I'm just saying that from what our uncle said about the experiences he had in the building is that the third floor was the most haunted. So we'll see how it goes. My expectations for the place, I think I'm more excited to go back to a place that was family owned and like reminisce. I don't know. We'll have to see on the paranormal side of
one,
things.
one, we're going there to see if it's paranormal, like if there's spirits and stuff.
Yeah,
We're not going there knowing.
it's more like a private business investigation than anything.
Even from what Dad says, and if you know our dad, he's changed a lot.
He's
But
very he's very religious.
even he told me the other day there is some unexplainable stuff that has happened there that
Mm.
he can't say, but he's got the power of God on him, so he doesn't have to worry. Uh, um,
We're heathens, you know, because we investigate dead people.
well, that's less confirmed,
Yep.
but that's only six things. There's actually one more that's actually going to happen, probably most likely. So that would make seven. Um, Graveyard near where Wes and I live. That's not a maybe most likely. It's probably gonna happen. Just have to figure out a day when we're all off.
Yeah.
And then number eight and possibly nine, because if we go up there twice, Jason's group.
Yes.
So, or if he invites us out for something else, maybe there might be more. But I expect us to go up to Jason's at least once if he has anything happening this year. I'm not sure.
Yeah. You know, the
Um,
only thing with Jason's group is I film when I go up there, but I don't really post anything aside from the first investigation we did, but that's because we didn't know them at the time. Um, but I don't really film unless something super crazy, unexplainable happens that I feel the need to share. I don't really share that stuff because I feel like it's like an out of respect thing. That's their gig, and I don't want to overstep.
Especially if face recording.
Yeah,
Then, but if we go there, because they do like rent out the buildings sometimes.
yeah.
Right now, I don't think there's anything we can rent
Yeah,
out,
we
but
were trying. One of the things that we were trying very hard to do was
well,
get a private investigation of the Methodist Village, which was an old nursing home. That was the first place we ever investigated. And we were
we were
trying
trying to
to
get that
do.
place to ourselves because we're greedy.
Yeah, but I can't remember exactly what he said, but it seems like there's some issues with the building right now, and so they can't let anybody in there. But in the future, if it becomes available again, that'll definitely go up. We will get
Yeah,
that place like that.
yeah. I
That's on our
mean,
radar.
yeah, and who knows? That might even happen this year.
Yeah,
Maybe,
we'll
maybe
see.
not during Halloween, but at the
Yeah.
very least next year if it opens up.
Yeah, we'll try for early next year or mid next year at the latest if it opens up. There's a lot of stuff going on with that building. I'm not entirely sure exactly what off the top of my head, but we're trying. We're trying to get in there. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I think that was all the stuff I wanted to talk about today.
It's not mine.
What?
I wanted to play a little game.
What do you want to play?
Da 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 da. It's not that exciting. I just wanted you. We're gonna play a 1 to 10 game out
Okay.
of the places.
Oh, okay.
Um, like Mineral Springs.
Uh
I
huh.
want you to guess, or we could do it both ways.
All
Where
right.
I guess how haunted you think it is, you guess how haunted I
Okay.
think it
Yeah.
is,
Yeah. Let's
and
do
then
that.
we'll share.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna use my phone. So we'll do number one, Mineral Springs.
Okay.
I think you are going to rate it this. All right. On a
Okay.
count of three. Wait, do you have it written down yet?
No. One sec. I didn't know we were writing things down.
Oh, I don't have a pen. I'm just gonna use my phone.
Okay. Well,
It might be a little small to see, so I'll
give me one
have
sec.
actually, I think I can just write it.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay, hold on. Let me get a thicker. Okay, that works. I don't know. My handwriting's very bad, especially on phone. Are you ready to reveal your answer, Kayla, for
Yeah.
Middle Springs on how haunted I think it is? And then we'll give each other our actual answer.
Uh huh.
All right, three, two, one. I don't know if you could read that.
5 out of 10. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
wrote, and then I remembered that I was writing for you. And I put 3.
So you were gonna do five?
Yeah.
Mine's
I'm
actually
sorry.
three. Yeah.
We're good at this. Okay.
Uh, and
Cheney's.
then yeah, Chini's mansion. How haunted do we think that is?
Okay.
I don't know if you could read it because I think my phone like mirrors it for some
Yeah, it
reason.
does too. We'll say 2. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I,
We
I
both
got
put 7.
7. No, yours looks normal.
Does it?
Yeah. Why does yours look normal and mine looks backward?
I can see. No, I can see. Mine looks mirrored, and yours is showing.
Oh,
Yeah.
so does mine look normal to you?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's the issue.
So did you also say 7?
Yeah, yeah.
So we both agree that it's probably gonna be
Yeah.
7. Okay, marry the doll.
All right.
Ready?
3, 2, 1. Oh, I was gonna go with I put what I thought was your answer was also gonna be my answer. You see that the government's watching us, watch the infrared. You see that?
Oh my god. I mean, that was pretty close. I was one off from
So
what you
what
said.
was your answer? Because I was
9.
going with
Or, well,
your-
no. I think, yeah, I think 9. 9.
okay. Yeah, I thought
Like
you were
8 or
gonna think
9.
8.
Yeah. I feel like that one's gonna be pretty crazy.
Okay, Castle House. All right.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Don't know if you could see mine.
Yeah. Can you see mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking 3 out of 10.
Okay. I was thinking 3 as well. So,
Okay.
it seems like we're kind of on the same board about what we think. Are we doing my house?
Yeah, we're gonna do your house.
My
From
house?
what I understand, this is what I think your answer would be. 3,
2,
2,
1.
1. Oh, come on. There we go.
Mine would be lower. I would say it's
Oh,
around 2 or 1. Stuff
I thought
happens here, but I don't know if we'll catch anything. I don't know. We'll see. What do you think though?
I I'm thinking around a 3. I'm hoping,
Okay.
but I'm not. Maybe a
I wouldn't get too
2.5.
excited. Yeah.
I'm not. I'm
And
not.
then the
It's
day
not like
comes and absolute shit, all hell breaks loose in this house. It'll be another
okay.
Mary all over again. Are we doing
We got.
cemetery or
We're gonna skip that because we're kind of mainly just doing the
so
buildings.
Arlington?
Arlington's are gonna be a last one.
Okay. Is that the one we're doing now?
Yep.
Okay.
Hold on. You know what? I'm not gonna change it, but I'm gonna add.
You can tell we're siblings
Okay.
because our answers are so freaking similar.
Okay. Ready? 3, 2,
1.
1. I put 6 out of 10, maybe 5 out of 10.
I put 7.
Okay, 6 out of 10 was my answer, but I was like, also it could be 5 out of 10.
So you think it'll be 5 out of 10 or 6 out of 10?
I'm thinking it's a 6 out of 10.
Okay. Because I put that you would think it was around a 7.
Yeah.
So.
I am excited about it just because it does seem like it'll be fun.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, our answers are pretty similar. I think we have the same kind of expectations.
Yeah. No. um yeah, that's pretty much it for the game. Dun, 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 dun,
And what did I
dun.
win? Crippling debt from all these investigations.
Crippling depression. You get to win a look at my backpack. Wow.
Wow, it's so nice.
Ooh. This
Oh,
person powers based off a Cartman from South Park. Imagine somebody watches this and they're like a weeb like us.
uh-huh.
And they're just like, no, no, it couldn't be. And then they look it up online and they're like, but how?
All right. Well,
Oh,
I guess we should end it
okay,
there.
away from the mic, please.
I guess we should end it there. Okay.
We can.
Was there something else you wanted to talk about?
No, but I like having your company.
Well, you can call me afterwards.
But that's not the same.
Oh my god. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you found this video at least somewhat entertaining with our dumbasses.
I'm hoping we could shorten it a bit.
I don't know. By a few seconds, maybe, Zachary.
I'm sure there's some things we could edit out.
Again, my name's Kayla.
And I'm Zach, co-lead, the sexy one.
Uh-huh. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye bye.